to me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh my golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Thank you, Dan.
Woo!
All right. I'll pass over to Carrie. Pass over.
So this is time for Q&A, so just raise your hands and we'll pick as many as we can get to before we have to do some photos. Right in front with the shiny.
Hi.
If you could only sing one song for the rest of the tour, what would it be?
If I could only sing one song.
One song.
Only one song.
Only one.
Sorry?
Only one.
Only one.
And why?
I'd probably sing "Oh Holy Night" if I could only sing one song.
That's a good one.
If you could only hear one song for the rest of the tour.
Christmas every day.
Oh, Christmas every day. I forgot about Christmas every day.
Oh.
I mean, I sing it every night, but I forgot about that as the options. You choose White Christmas? Cool.
Another one's in the,
Oh.
with the snowflakes in the back.
Snowflake,
Yeah,
snowflake.
Hi, David. How are you?
Hi, doing well, thanks.
What's your favorite family Christmas tradition?
Well, food is great, but also just, I like just the time together. It gives everyone a reason to just be there, and when everyone's eating, they just kind of sit down and just, you're just there, so you just start having small talk, casual conversation, and I like that. You get to catch up with everyone, and you don't really have to do anything to enjoy the moment. It's very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Green on the front.
Hi, David.
Hi.
So I recently came home from a mission, and
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you.
Where'd you go?
Riverside, California.
Riverside.
Yeah.
Yes, we were just in San Bernardino.
I know. But I wanted to ask you, what did you learn the most from your mission, and what was the hardest thing? I know that's a pretty big question.
Yeah. Sorry, what was what did I learn?
What did you learn the most, and then also what was the hardest thing?
What did I learn most on my mission? I learned how coming to Christ is healing, and it can transform you. Because you can believe in Jesus, you can hear about him, know who he is, but to come, like what he said, to follow him, and to come into his healing arms, under his healing wings, as it says, it's different. And I found that as you try to get closer to Christ, the more vulnerable you feel, and you see more of your weaknesses, and it can be frustrating, so it can make you kind of go like this, and kind of move away. But I learned that if you work through that, through your vulnerabilities, and even like things that are shameful for you, that's exactly what you're bringing to him, so he can heal it. And that's what I found is the amazing healing power, amazing grace of Christ coming to him and being able to testify to him every day to people was amazing too. The hardest thing was, I think it was that. The hardest thing was being willing to be okay with my weaknesses and come to Christ openly about them. Not saying, yeah, I'm a good person, I'm great, I'm doing, I'm all right. You have to be willing to build a relationship, any kind of relationship. You have to be willing to be vulnerable and show even the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that's including with God. And that was hard for me because in any relationship, any kind, family, friend, including with God, it was hard for me to be willing to show the vulnerable side. But He showed me not only are you attempting to, He shows you how to do that, and He showed me how.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, hey.
Hello, David. Good to see you.
Hello.
So I guess to go off of that point, you've been very open about a lot of things this year. Your struggles, basically. What are your thoughts on forgiveness? Because I'm sure that's probably something you would have to work through.
Forgiveness.
Yes.
Wow, those are deep questions.
Well, you shouldn't be surprised with me about that.
Yeah, forgiveness is hard. It's something that's hard for me. That's one of the things that I love about going to therapy, because they allow you to see someone else's perspective. When you talk about frustrating things or things that you can't get over or are still affecting you with, sometimes if you're with a family member or friend, usually they can only see your side, and so they're like, oh, poor you, and that's not fair, And when you're able to go to a therapist, sometimes it can give you perspective and help you see more, just broaden your perspective. And so that's what's been helpful for me, is learning how to forgive myself, learning how to forgive other people. I still haven't figured it out yet, so I guess you'll have to ask me next year. The same question. The therapy has been awesome, and just practicing affirmations, learning how to just tell people, even when they're not in front of me, just saying, I love you, thank you, I forgive you, I'm sorry, and bless you, things like that. And I just keep repeating it over and over and over until my mindset of someone starts changing to be more hopeful for them. And I think I'm starting to apply that to myself as well. I feel like I've learned how to love myself because I've become more forgiving. Because if you ever hold hate and resentment towards someone else, you're holding it in you, and so you're feeling that for yourself as well. So it's really important to let it go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi. Where I see myself in 5 years, I see myself. I see myself in my 32nd year of life. And that's about it, all I see. I see myself still writing and developing more. I don't know. 5 years ago I said I would see myself having kids and starting a family, but that was 5 years ago, and here I am 5 years later. But maybe 5 years later I'll see that too. You never know. Still got work to do on there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you think that first bringing our shame or our vulnerability to our attention is something that we need to work on, and that's why we bring it to our attention? Because it's something that we feel worked on?
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite scriptures that I read. It is kind of it was like the pivotal moment for me on my mission. It's in a book. It's actually in the scriptures, the Book of Mormon, in this book called Ether. And this gentleman named Moroni is talking, and he said he's feeling frustrated. He's like, but there's so much wrong with me, and I feel so weak. I feel like there's more than I've been expected to do that I can get done. And basically he receives this impression and like an answer to his prayers. And Christ tells him, I give people weaknesses. And so it's like, okay. And he says, if men come unto me, I will show unto them their weakness. And me reading that, I was like, man, I don't want to see my weaknesses. But then he continues and he says, I give unto men weakness that they may be humble. And basically says, my grace is sufficient for those who humble themselves before me. So then we can feel and we can come to His grace by humbling ourselves. But we need the weaknesses to humble ourselves. So it was a huge opening for me. And then it says, and if they have faith in me and humble themselves before me, then will I make weakness become strength unto them, for them. So I totally agree with what you said, and that I've tried to learn what that verse says, because I still haven't fully learned it, because I like to close off and say no, but I'm learning how to break the walls down, and like I said, therapy is helping with that too.
So obviously, other than the stuff you talked about in your mission, what other people or things can you point to as like your biggest inspiration for writing your new music?
The inspiration for writing my new music, I feel like I'm selfish with when I'm writing my music, because it's usually starting with what's in my head or what I've been going through. So I haven't written a whole lot from other people's perspectives in the last few years. Postcards in the Sky was a lot of, this is what I'm going through, and wondering if anyone else has gone through the same thing. But it wasn't anything else specifically other than this is what I've been through, and I want to know if anyone else, anybody out there feeling me here. Kind of it was like a call, and I'm getting the answer now. Call and answer. Beanie.
Hi, David.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing great, thanks.
So, just a question. There's a song that Michael Cott wrote. I was wondering if you ever heard of it. It's called Joseph's Song.
Joseph's Song.
If you haven't, I really recommend maybe looking it up. I think your vocal range would really do it justice.
Okay. Thank you. So Michael
Card. C-A-R-D.
Okay. Michael Card. I'll have to check it out.
Look it up.
I'm familiar with it.
It's a really nice song.
Okay.
Following the religious theme, when Joseph was holding, baby Jesus in his arms, going, how can I be the father to the son of God? It's a great song.
That
really
sounds
powerful.
awesome.
It's
That
like a
sounds
different
really cool.
perspective.
Yeah, because we don't really think about Joseph's perspective.
No.
We hear a lot about Mary because she gave birth to him, but Joseph helped raise the child too, and that's that's cool. Thank you. I'll have to definitely look it up.
With the new album coming up, do you have any plans for duets? And if not, what's your thoughts on like in your top 3?
I feel self-conscious about it because I'm like, well, who would want to sing with me? And then when I try to reach out to people, they declined. So then I'm like, I don't want to ask anymore. So yeah. So but I do, like some of my friends have said, I want to sing with you. So it just, if it feels right, like some of my friends are like, let's do a duet. I'm like, well, I don't have a song with them. Like I said, they're all very like selfish, like in my head, introspective songs. So it doesn't really, I don't know, I feel like it's weird having someone else sing along to it. I mean, like in a duet sense, but maybe I'll write something in the next few months and it'll make more sense, moving ahead. Because I'm kind of moving out of that head space that I've been in the last few years.
Hi, David.
Hi.
You have had like so many amazing moments in your career. So I'm just wondering, like, is there a favorite moment you can think of that you've had so far in your musical career?
My favorite moment.
I know it might be a hard question.
Yeah, it's hard because I don't ever look at things as a climax. I mean, I'll answer just to give an answer a lot of times, but it doesn't really mean, it's just like, well, here's a moment that will make sense to say, answer this way, but there isn't really, because it can be on a stage where it's like, I worked so hard for this moment to be here, like being on an American Idol stage in front of a lot of people watching, or it could just be a moment where I am getting to visit someone whose daughter is a fan and they're too sick to leave their home, so I get to go and visit them and sing for them in their home and see how much it means to them. I mean, personally, I guess that's what would be the most special moment for me in my career, is are those kinds of things. The ones that aren't really about who got to see it. It was more about like, oh, I got to share a really special moment with someone and be able to make them happy and lift them.
Last question.
Hi.
It's me.
Nice to meet you.
So my question is, what made you decide to work on a second Christmas album? Like, it's so amazing for anyone to even work on one, and it's great to hear two from you. So what made you decide for the second one?
Thank you. Well, I might do a third Christmas album.
That's great.
Christmas, I love the shows. It's just a special feeling getting to do them, and I loved doing the first album so much, and the songs. I just love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday, so it just seemed like a good time to get to do another album. Because when I was working my first album, I already was like, man, I'll probably do a second one sometime in the future. So it just now seemed like the right time to do it. Yeah. Well, thanks for your questions, and I will we'll take some pictures.